We are spending the day. This is our last day here. We got our horse riding and our visiting done. Our friends left this morning going home. We decided to stay one more day because there's some key places around that we wanted to see. And we're at one of them right now. This little house here. We are in Muscle Shoals, Alabama. And this home right here is the home of Helen Keller. It's where she was born. The birthplace. It's where she was born. Was in this house. And we thought we'd come see it. You know, I don't know a whole lot about Helen Keller. I remember she was blind and she was deaf, and she was very instrumental in some things. Right? She wrote books. And
an illness is what caused her.
Yeah, she wasn't born that way, I don't think. No. It was an illness when she was a year and a half old, something like that. It caused some of that. But anyway, today we're going to go see a couple of sites. This is one of them we wanted to come see with Helen Keller. Let's see. It's Helen Keller. So the lines of Alabama fix this up. But it's fixed up nice. I really expected, you know, when I looked it up on the internet, I really expected just to be a little house in downtown and that was it. I didn't expect to see a garden like this. And all right, let's go look and see what all we got. The house is open for tours. I don't think we're going to do that part. We're just going to walk the grounds and take a look. So I'm assuming that's a bust of Helen Keller and what she looked like. But this is a really nice memorial grounds they have set up for her. And the old house that she was, I don't know if she was physically born inside that house or if that's just where the family was living when she was born.
I'm going to say she probably was born in that house.
Probably was.
She was born 1880?
Yeah, she was born in the 1800s, and that's the way they did a lot of times.
Yeah.
So I wonder what the small structure is over there.
I don't know.
Okay, we'll walk over there in a minute and take a look and see. Oh, the walkway. Evidently, when they did this, they must have sold bricks. Different people bought bricks to put on the walkway to help pay for some of this stuff. This is really nice. There again, Muscle Shoals, Alabama. Helen Keller birthplace. A nice little walking park with statues.
Let's see.
Helen Keller and Ann Sullivan. I'm not sure who Ann Sullivan was. I guess we should have done a little bit more research before. We really don't know a whole lot about Helen Keller, but other than the fact that she was blind and deaf, and I want to say she wrote some books and she did some things and kind of pioneered.
She did a lot of charity, I think.
She pioneered a lot of the stuff for handicapped people to make things accessible to people with disabilities.
I bring to you, lions, is big. Will you not help me hasten the day when there will be no preventable blindness?
Giving a speech. And this says in memory of Helen Keller, who inspired the Lions to make site conservation their leading service project.
You who are strong and kind and brave.
It's really neat.
Will you not constitute yourself?
So you say Helen Keller did a lot of charity work, is that?
Of the blind?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's why the Lions, was it the Lions Club?
Yeah, this is what this is. She encouraged the Lions Club to make site conservation, their leading service project.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this sounds like this is a speech. It's playing, you see speakers up here. And I guess it's Helen Keller herself giving a speech to the Lions Club. Just neat, really neat.
See, she got in 19 months, she got an illness, possibly scarlet fever or meningitis, which that's what caused her, which left her deaf and blind.
Deaf and blind, so at 19 months. It was scarlet fever, or so they just say it possibly scarlet fever?
It says possibly scarlet fever or meningitis. So,
Lions of New Zealand had this done and presented it. It's just really neat. And there's the house. Still has some pretty old outbuildings too. England, Scotland, Germany. So I'm assuming these are Lions organizations in these different countries have donated and taken part. I really need to look into that more. So the Lions worldwide must have taken up, through her efforts, must have taken up the
that thing was Ann Sullivan.
helping blind.
Helen Keller and Ann
President
Sullivan.
Newman.
Yeah.
Ann Sullivan
Thank you, President Mehta.
was Helen's teacher.
Yeah, she did have a teacher that was very instrumental in
One who is
helping her
known
to learn things
worldwide
with her disabilities. Okay, so the statues we saw down here, is what Santi was saying, is statue of Helen Keller and that teacher that was very instrumental in helping her to learn lots of stuff with her disabilities. Let's go back and look at that again. Okay, so this statue is of Helen Keller, the child, and Ann Sullivan, the teacher. Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
For over 20 years, Helen Keller has kept her
Ready?
hands on my face
Yeah.
a good deal of the time, feeling the vibrations of my voice,
That's how she learned.
putting her finger in my mouth and feeling my tongue. And
By 12, she was, or by the age of 10, she mastered Braille
Wow.
by this.
until at last, you can hear her speak words.
You know,
They taught her.
yeah, you hear Helen Keller. Everybody knows the name Helen Keller. But listening to that, this Ann Sullivan spent her lifetime teaching Helen. But you don't hear that name. People don't know. It's not a household name
Didn't
like
know that.
like Helen Keller is. But
I had to look that one up.
kudos to this Ann Sullivan that spent her life helping Helen Keller?
It was the water. She would feed
Yeah.
her. Because the water, she could feel it and let her feel the vibrations, what they're saying, of her mouth, the word water, W-A-T-E-R.
Yeah.
And she learned
Wow.
what that was by that.
Wow.
Because, you know, we were
So
wondering.
yeah. So I guess you're right. That's what this statue's depicting. They're holding the
Yeah, that's
hands up under the water.
in her lip and the
And then-
vibration,
and
they said.
yes, and I guess Anne would say water over and over, and Helen
And then spell it.
eventually.
W-A-T-E-R. That's
Yeah.
what it was saying. And she knew this. That's what that was. And she learned the letters by the vibration and.
Yeah. So Helen wouldn't hold her hand to other people's. She just spent her life holding her hand up to Anne's face, and Anne would tell her what things were for her whole life. So this Anne Sullivan, she doesn't get enough recognition for what she dedicated her life to Helen Keller. Wow. Didn't know that.
Helen Keller went to college and graduated. What is it?
Magna cum laude or something?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it doesn't say magna, but it just says.
Cum laude. I don't know what all those. I know that's good. They made really good grades. Okay, so we're going to move down the road. There's another place I want to go to, or we want to go to. But I'm glad we came by here. And again, you
Learned a lot of
can.
stuff I didn't
Oh
know.
yeah, we learned more about Helen Keller. You can take a tour. We're not going to do that today. I'm not even sure if it's open, to be honest with you right now. I don't see any movement. But you can walk the grounds.
Yeah, that back there says closed.
Okay, so yeah, it's closed today. But anyway, I'm going to get one more shot of the Helen Keller house. And then we'll make our way.
Not sure what the little house is.
I don't know. We'll make our way to the truck, and we're going to go to another destination. So be right back. All right, we're at our second destination, and this is Muscle Shoals Sound Studios. Now this place was originated in the 1960s. Let me see, I got a document pulled up here. Let's see. It's formed in 1969, and they had a group known as the Rhythm Section. And they were really good, and they attracted a lot of people here to play music and record in the studio. Some of the named people included Bob Dylan, the Rolling Stones, Aretha Franklin, Willie Nelson, some of the Almas, Leonard Skinner, Joe Cocker. I mean, just a pile of artists back in the day came here to little Muscle Shoals, Alabama to record in this studio, and it's still here and it's still in use. It's open for tours at certain times. It's not today, of course, but and you can actually rent it and record here. And some artists out of Nashville and different places, some of your big name artists still come down here to little Muscle Shoals, Alabama, and to record in this studio. So that was a couple of things we wanted to see today. Helen Keller's birthplace is here, and I wanted to come see this recording studio that's been used since the 60s. So we can mark those two things off our bucket list. But if you ever find yourself in Muscle Shoals, Alabama,
Or near it.
you know, make the trip up and come see these places. It's pretty neat. So now we're going to go get a bite to eat.